Lovers in Paradise. We fade in on the stark contrast of desert dirt and the pastel blue sky above it. A small town in New Mexico, early in the morning. It's quiet. All is well on the tranquil streets. Exterior, Temple Street Bank. Parking lot, morning. There are a few cars in the parking lot, but it's mostly deserted. A black Impala pulls into the fire lane and stops. Brad Malkovich, 30s, is driving. He peers past Juliette Mills, 28, in the passenger seat, in through the glass doors of the bank.
I count 3.
Me too.
You see a security guard anywhere?
Nope.
Me neither.
Brad takes a bite out of the breakfast burrito he's got in his hands, then looks down at it, annoyed and disappointed.
Ugh, that was bullshit.
What?
Brad gestures with the breakfast burrito in his hand.
What that asshole said at the drive-thru, the reinvention of the breakfast burrito. Might try to make it look a little different on the outside, but same shit on the inside.
Okay.
You can't trick people into thinking it's something it isn't, you know?
So write up a complaint.
Maybe I will.
Brad takes a big bite of the burrito, too big. Some of the egg and peppers fall down the front of his shirt.
I used to find you endearing.
What?
Wordlessly, Juliette holds her fist out towards Brad. Brad pauses, wipes his hand on his jeans, and mirrors her. Still, without a word, they play a game of rock, paper, scissors. Brad plays rock, Juliette plays paper. She wins.
You get the vote.
Yeah, whatever. You know, soon you won't have to deal with any of this bullshit. The danger, the politics.
We do this job, you have all the money in the world to buy yourself as many cutting-edge breakfast burritos you want, just the way you like.
I'm serious. We pull this off and it's the blue skies and green trees of Seattle, Washington.
What about California?
What's wrong with Seattle?
Let's just do this.
They pull down the masks sitting on their heads. A rubberized version of Donald Trump's face covers their own. Interior, Temple Street Bank, main lobby, simultaneous. A man, Kip Harrington, small, glasses and balding, totally unassuming, looks over his shoulder at the black Impala. He's the only one here that might suspect something's off. He watches Brad and Juliette climb out of the car, masks on. They pull semi-automatics out of their jackets.
Shit!
Kip listens as the bank doors shut behind Brad and Juliette. He listens as their boots scuff forward. When he thinks he might have a chance, Kip turns on his heel and tries to make a run for the door, but Brad's there between him and the exit. He holds a strong arm out, clipping Kip in the throat, sending him to the floor. At that altercation, the teller, Janine, middle-aged and bright, looks up from her transaction. Brad and Juliette both cock their weapons.
So, this is a robbery.
He looks down at Kip meaningfully.
Anybody who runs, you all die.
Janine screams. She takes off, meaning to find a phone, but Brad follows her, puts his gun in her face, and that stops her pretty quick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Now what did I just say?
Please don't hurt me.
Where's your vault? Janine?
Blubbering, Janine points over her shoulder vaguely.
It's in the back.
Good. Take me there.
Brad turns back to Juliette. He points his gun at Kip, who's starting to get his wind back. He's moving to sit up.
He goes nowhere.
Juliette presses the barrel of her gun to Kip's forehead, and he goes nowhere. Interior, exterior, Honda Civic simultaneous. Jake, an unambitious security guard, drives to work at Temple Street Bank. He's listening to his music through headphones. He glances down at his watch, realizes the time.
Shit.
Interior, Temple Street Bank, back hallway simultaneous. Janine stops in front of a large metal door. She points to it.
Open it. You can open it, right?
Janine nods. She reaches out to punch in the code.
Oh, good. Can you imagine? Am I right?
He leans up against the vault door frame, watches her code in, and laughs. His nonchalance terrifies Janine. She pulls the vault door open. Brad pushes Janine inside and follows. The walls of the vault are lined with deposit boxes. Interior, Temple Street Bank, main lobby simultaneous. Juliette watches the hallway that Brad and Janine had disappeared through. Kip is sitting up now, but her gun is still pressed against his head.
You really should let me go.
Why would I do that?
You don't want to mess with me.
Juliette's instinct is to laugh, but when he looks up at her through his thick glasses, There's something cold and dead in his eyes, something that gives her pause. Beyond her, in the parking lot, Jake's red Civic pulls in, out of focus. He jogs forward, his eyes down on his phone. Exterior, Temple Street Bank, parking lot, moments later. Jake shuffles forward, stops suddenly when he almost runs into the back bumper of the black Impala parked in the fire lane. Momentarily, he looks up from his phone, studies the car, then the no parking sign above it. He continues forward, missing Juliette, pointing a semi-automatic down at an innocent civilian. He enters through an employee-only entrance. Interior, Temple Street Bank, back hallway, moments later. Jake finishes out the song in his iPhone. He dances as he heads toward the break room. Then, there's light pouring out from the vault. Strange. Slowly, Jake approaches the door. He stands in the frame, looks inside, and freezes when he sees Brad and Janine in the vault. Brad's got half a bag full of money and is still pouring through a deposit box. Janine is bawling next to him. Interior, Temple Street Bank, vault, simultaneous. Brad's smiling, but suddenly stops when he realizes that they've got company. He freezes, same as Jake. Neither are seeing what they'd expected. Brad drops the duffel bag of money, but by the time he raises his gun, Jake takes off down the hall.
Shit!
Brad shoves past Janine, following Jake.
Jake! Get help!
Interior, Temple Street Bank, back hallway, continuous. Brad tears down the hallway. At the opposite end, Jake takes a corner, clumsily dodging Brad's gunfire. Interior, Temple Street Bank, main lobby, simultaneous. Hearing gunfire, Juliette looks away from Kip.
Brad?
I am serious. Let me go.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Outside, Jake's back in the parking lot, and this time, Juliette doesn't miss him. She watches him sprint to his car.
What the fuck?
Exterior, Temple Street Bank, parking lot, moments later. Brad's followed Jake outside now. He runs toward the Civic, but Jake's already got the thing in reverse. He guns it backward, nearly running over Brad. His adrenaline pumping. Jake's going too fast. He reverses straight into the side of Brad's Impala.
No! You fucker!
As Jake pulls forward, Brad sees the full damage to his car. He tries to open the door, but it's so concave it won't budge.
Shit.
He turns to watch Jake's Civic tear out of the parking lot. His airbag's deployed, and he's trying to hold the wheel around it. He's on the phone, teary-eyed with a bloody nose, talking to a 911 operator, no doubt.
Shit!
Juliette bursts through the bank doors. She watches Jake's car take a corner a few hundred feet away. Then she surveys the damage to their car as well.
How the fuck did this go so badly?
Brad's got no words. Before he can even try to explain, he sees Kip running through the lot towards his car.
Hey you!
He runs up to Kip's beige, older model Toyota Corolla just as Kip is opening the driver's side door. Brad forces it shut.
Give me your keys.
No.
Brad.
I said, give me your keys.
Fuck you.
Brad drives the handle of his gun into Kip's stomach, winding him. Kip crumbles to the ground. Brad crouches next to him, pries the keys from his weak fingers.
Get in the car.
Brad, I don't know what do you...
Don't mess with me.
What? What the fuck did you just say? Get in the car, now, please.
There are police sirens in the distance, coming closer. There isn't time to argue. This is the only chance they've got. Juliette steps over Kip and heads toward the passenger side. Brad climbs into the driver's seat. As she's climbing in, Juliette pauses. She looks over the roof of the car, down at Kip.
Jules, get in.
Juliette pulls her eyes away from Kip, climbs into the car and pulls the door shut behind her, but she can't shake him. Interior, exterior, Kip's Toyota Corolla, continuous. As Brad pulls the car out of the lot, Juliette looks back, watches Kip watch them. Her blood runs cold. Beside her, Brad pulls off his mask. Juliette does the same. He's smiling. She isn't.
Holy shit, that was bad.
That's not
Can
funny.
you believe that?
It's not funny.
You gotta laugh though, right?
It's quiet as they drive down a deserted street, the cops far behind them. Then a muffled voice from inside the car.
Hello?
Bewildered, Brad and Juliette share a look. Brad immediately hits the brakes. Dust clouds surround them as the tires screech across the pavement.
You gotta be kidding me.
We freeze frame.